dry. None of my cats are wet. Oh, someone's here. Hello. We're doing Slender Mansion today. I'm just waiting. All right, there's my mod. Cool. Why does it smell like that in here? I don't. I don't have a dog. It smells like wet dog and Luigi house, but at mansion. I have a candle because we're. Yeah, no, something in our apartment just smells like wet dog, and we don't have a dog. It's like a wet animal. We have cats, but like it's coming from outside. I think. I think it's some sort of like I don't know. Maybe it's a plant. It's not coming from outside. Then well, it's we don't have a dog. Is it the lamb we cooked last night? No, because I went outside. I went outside last night to take out the trash, and there was somebody's like stinky ass couch, like sitting at the dumpster. So I think that it might be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. I'm just waiting for people to show up so I can read Slender Mansion. But I just read it. Like I just wanted to read it so badly, so I might just do it with these 10 people. Um, Can I tell you a secret? Sure. Go ahead. Let me know your secret. Oh, 59. Okay. Okay. Well, it just jumped. It just jumped. Um, so I'm gonna start this freaking I'm gonna start this freaking story, man. I'm gonna start reading. Oh, so this is Slender Mansion. Um, I keep getting like lit, light. I look insane because of all the like lighting from below me. Hold on. I actually think. Yeah. Okay. My tablet lighting was turned way up. So this is Slenderman's mansion. So I don't know why Slenderman has a mansion. Um, it it implies that he's like a guy who needs a house because I kind of thought that uh he's like an entity and he lives outside in the woods and he doesn't really need to like go to the bathroom or have a regular house or like does he hang up all of his suits in a wardrobe? God forbid Slenderman is a homeowner. Like does he hang up his suits in a wardrobe? Does he have a refrigerator and more importantly is it running? Um Without further ado, Slenderman fanfiction, Slenderman's mansion. Oh, and this also involves all of the. Sorry, there's more ado. There's more ado. I'm sorry. I lied to you guys. There's a lot more ado because there's a lot more characters in this than just Slenderman. Um, it it's got Jeff the Killer, Jane the Killer, whose parents I think were Jeff the Killed by Jeff the Killer. So it's interesting that they're living together because that's like what if your roommate so your roommate is Jeff the Killer. Um but he Jeff the Killed your parents. So what do you so there's also Ben Drowned and his like last name is not Drowned. Um, but yeah, he's here. There's also Tiki Toby, and he's got Tourette's. Anyway, let's go. Let's just go. Let's just go to Slenderman's mansion. Let's just go to Slenderman's mansion, okay? Where exactly are we going? Slenderman's mansion. Duh. You asked, getting annoyed by all the walking. Your feet were now so sore you wanted to collapse on a comfy bed. He remained silent, not answering the question. A few hours later, the two of you stopped at an old-looking mansion in the heart of the woods. Welcome to Slenderman's mansion, he said. Slenderman's mansion? You said, stuttering. Are you crazy? You were cut off when he walked towards it. You catched up to him. Relax, he said. He knocked on the door. A little girl with a pink, bloody nightgown and face, dirty socks, and a worn teddy bear opened the door. Jeff, she greeted the guy. So his name is Jeff, you thought. So Jeff the killer is our guide here. Because we have trusted Jeff Killer to take us into the woods to a mansion. We saw this guy who he's all burned up and he's covered in bleach burns, and Jeff the Killer would be freaking bald. Jeff the Killer would be bald. I don't know why people draw Jeff the Killer with hair, because he got it all burned off and then he got bleach burns. Jeff the Killer would be freaking bald, okay? And I'm sick and tired of not addressing that. So his name is Jeff, you thought. And who's the pretty girl? She asked, smiling at you. You smiled back. Sally, this is. Oh yeah, it's YN. It's your name. So it's who should I name? What should I name myself? Liebert. Sally, this is Liebert. Jeff introduced. Sally smiled and nodded. Where's Slender? She asked, motioning you to come inside. Sally, as you heard from Jeff, closed the door and said, he's upstairs doing some paperwork with the proxies. Slenderman has to do paperwork? That is so freaking... That's so Slenderman. Sorry, I'm gotta turn my body. Anyway. So Slenderman's doing paperwork. He wears a suit, don't he? Yeah, well, you know what, you're right. Maybe he's like got a fancy ass job. Yeah, it's all about business. Yeah, okay. See, we're right in the chat this time. It's all about business. Proxies? Where exactly am I, and who are the people living here? Jeff, who is that girl? Is she Prey? A guy in a blue mask with holes that dripped black goop said while exiting the kitchen. You supposed because he had a fresh, raw, already bitten kidney in hand. You supposed he exited the kitchen because he had a kidney in his hand. Because you keep those in the kitchen. And it's normal to keep kidneys in the kitchen, so that's why you assume when somebody leaves the kitchen with a kidney that's where they were coming from, because that's where we all keep our kidneys. Yeah. No, she is not, Jeff said. Then why is she here? A girl wearing a mask and all black outfit and white skin. She's wearing all white skin. Interrupted. You kept silent until a mock clown with a cone-like striped nose and sharp teeth appeared in front of you. He held out a piece of red, round candy. Candy, please, as my offering, he offered with a wicked grin. Don't ever take the candy, Lee. I would cave. Eventually, I would, take the candy, I think. I don't know. I really like blow pops, so if you gave me one of those, I'd probably just take. Can I get her heart and blood? A brunette girl with pale skin grinned, showing fangs. She is not. All was silence when Slender Man appeared out of nowhere. What is all the commotion here? He said from the second floor. His demonic voice boomed through the mansion, and his terrifying mouth with rows of sharp teeth and a long, slimy, pointy black tongue appeared. Oh, Jeff, you found her, she said. Once he saw you and Jeff, still with the demonic voice, the abnormally tall, pale, faceless man went down the stairs. He greeted me with a smile, because I don't even know if this is Jeff or Slenderman greeting. Why are you white? Yeah. You can't just ask people that, Karen. He greeted him with a smile. He greeted you with a smile. Welcome, my dear. Make yourself at home, he said before his mouth disappeared. You said a small thank you and sat on the sofa along with Jeff and other people here. So, Slendy will explain why you're right here now and why you have pale skin and not so normal, blah, blah, said Jeff. You nodded in response. You sat there in awkward silence until the guy with the blue mask spoke. Hey, Liebert. I'm Eyeless Jack, but you can call me EJ. EJ introduced. You slightly smiled and said, nice to meet you. Now the monochrome clown spoke. I'm Laughing Jack, or LJ, LJ said. I'm Rosa, the brunette vampire said. Jane, the lady with the mask, said. Two girls entered the door. Nina, a girl that's like Jeff with a purple hoodie on, said. She had a brunette girl with a clock as its right eye. Clockwork, or clocky, if you like. These three guys, one with a mouth guard and goggles, one with ladylike mask and a brown hair, and one with a black mask that has a sad expression stitched onto the mask and is wearing a yellow hoodie, went downstairs. Toby, Masky, and Hoodie, they said in sync. Time skip. They weren't actually scary at all. They just have bad sides. You've met the others, and now you've met Kagekao, Smile Dog, Bloody Painter, etc., and the other creepypastas. You talked with them and you enjoyed their company, so did they. You ate dinner with them and got to know them a little more. You were a shy blob at first, but you felt comfortable around them in time. You helped them with the dishes. I can't do this! Not with the dishes! Liebert, oh, okay. Soon Slender went downstairs and called you. Liebert, will you please come into my office? I would like you to meet my brothers. I would also, wait, what? Slenderman's what now? Slenderman's what now? Wait, okay, no, because this is literally going to be like a Fenderman, Trenderman, I like Menderman. Yeah, also this is his office where he does his paperwork. It's all about business. The office in the Slenderman mansion is where it all goes down because he needs to do his... Slenderman has to do fucking taxes like everybody else. I would like you to meet my brothers. I would also explain everything you need to know, he said, through telepathy, which made your head hurt. Okay, cool. What income does he report? Whatever, like, change little kids drop when they run away from him. Like, that's what he does. His page is tax deductible. Those are, no, he's actually, those are his, that's his paperwork. Yeah, he's broke his spot. He's tackling kids for their lunch money. You nodded and went upstairs with him to his office, a little nervous for meeting his brothers. Oh, good. Slenderman's brothers. The one with the vest and the headphones reminds me of this guy that I knew one time. And he had one arm, and he was a white man, and he decided to be a Buddhist, and now he lives in a temple. And he used to like unicycle around the neighborhood with his one arm. I don't know if he's a unicyclist now that he's a Buddhist. Can you be a unicyclist and a Buddhist at the same time? Or is that some sort of like the wheel represents samsara and you can't like David Lynch? I never. You're so right. Wait, no, okay, because I actually like grew up. I actually did grow up in Twin Peaks. I don't know if I'm just, you know, all 21 people here. I get to, you know, I grew up in Twin Peaks, in the area where that was filmed. I've been to the R&R diner many a time. It's not actually called Twin Peaks. And a lot of it was filmed in Oregon. So I've been there a lot. So very funny. I do think yeah. So I grew up with my psychologist being Jacoby. I'm kidding. Not living by Twin Peaks. I did live by Twin Peaks. Yeah. Anyway, there's a lot of like woods here, you know, so, or like woods in there, so it's like maybe Slenderman's mansion is like around here, around there, because I don't live there anymore, but I lived there. Slender has a timeshare in Twin Peaks. Okay, we're gonna meet his brothers now. The two of you were at the second floor of the mansion. You two walked straight ahead at the very end of the hall, where one very tall door stood. Slender opened the door and stepped aside to let you in. As soon as you entered, you were greeted with a bone-crushing hug from a man that you would have guessed Slenderman's brother, except he was the cheerful one. There were two other ones alongside with him. He wore an outfit with colorful polka dots alongside a matching top hat. He had eyes and a mouth. Hi there, I'm Slender Man. Are you fucking kidding me? Wait, why does he even live at the creepypasta mansion then? Anyway. He greeted cheerfully. You felt very comfortable with him, so you smiled. Nice to meet you, you said. I'm Liebert. For the next brother, he greeted you with a handshake. Hello there, he greeted. He talked the way Slender talked. He wore a brown vest. Underneath it was a white long undershirt. He also wore khakis and casual shoes along with a pair of glasses, even though he doesn't have eyes. He had a great taste when it comes to fashion. I mean, he looks so gorgeous in this outfit. I'm Trenderman. Liebert, right? He added, and you nodded in response. It's nice to meet you, he said. The last one wore a mischievous grin, showing his rows of sharp teeth. He wore a black trench coat and a fedora. What you guessed were tendrils started appearing from his back and grabbed you, lifting you up from the ground. He held out two roses, a blue and a red one. Don't take the rose, Liebert, Slender said. The guy muttered something and put back the roses inside his coat and put you down. I'm a fender man, he said in a voice that could make women fall for him. I'm gonna say this again because it wasn't a voice that can make women easily fall for him. So I'm gonna do a voice that I think could make women easily fall for me. I'm a fender man. Sound like Gino from 90 Day Fiance. Any 90 Day Fiance in here? Anyway. He said in a voice that could make all women easily fall for him. You nodded and said, it's nice to meet you. You too, Liebert, Slender said. Now that you've met my brothers, Slender said. His brothers were still in the room. Can you please leave us alone? He asked when they left in thin air. Come and sit, Liebert, he mentioned as you sit in the chair that was near his table. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Now that you've met my three brothers, it's time for me to answer your questions. Do you have anything to ask? He telepathically said. You were getting used to his way of speaking. A little. Many questions ran through your head. The first one was that you really needed answers was, why am I like this? Why am I similar to you? Liebert, it's hard to believe this. But what? You interrupted. You're my daughter, my blood. You're half Slender folk. Forget about Korean. I'm Slender. You were shocked. That's impossible, you said. I know it's hard to believe it. Please explain, you said straight to the point. I met your mother when she was in her mid-30s. Just like you, she loved to go for a walk in my woods, and when she was stressed, she took herself down. I was hunting down my prey when I saw her. She was the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. At first, when I appeared in her, she was scared. You motioned for your father to continue. But as soon as we got to know each other more, we got close to each other and fell in love. I know Slenderfolk and humans shouldn't get together. Come on, man. I know Slenderfolk and humans shouldn't get together, but then we were blessed with you. I'm so glad that you survived, but your mother died. You as a fetus was powerful. Am I less powerful now than I was as a fetus? Anyway, I love that there's not very many people here. It's actually kind of fun to be doing this, like, very just me and you, you know, like we're literally just sitting in a room. Like I picture we're sitting in like college course lecture hall, and I'm just like teaching you guys a class on Slender Man. Like I'm like, yes, the history of Offender Man. I tried to hold back tears. It's not your fault, Liebert, Slender said, entwining your hands with his. I'll protect you. But the ones who adopted me, why? They didn't deserve to die. It was the only way to get you to me, Liebert. We creepypastas are killers. He tried to calm himself down. You sadly nodded in agreement. I like that they call themselves creepypastas, like they're self-aware that they're like entities that come from the internet and are like it's really like the pasta part, because like it implies, you know, the whole copy pasta thing, and like these like, do you think they're like chronically online? Like, do you think Slenderman is like on 4chan like arguing with chuds online about like I don't know, he's probably calling people like hype cells or something. He's like, I'm mogging on everybody, I'm like 7 feet tall, and everyone's like, oh my god, you're the most beautiful creature in the world. You brought your things with you, right? He asked. Yes, father. I'll take you to your room and give you a tour around the mansion, he said. You stood up and walked out of the office with him. Time skip. You soon knew your way around the manor. Your room was just a door away from Slenderman's office. Just like my room in real life. Your room was just a door away from Slenderman's office. It had plain gray walls and a floor with a maroon-colored carpet. A bunk bed was at the right corner of the room besides the window. There was a walk-in closet already full with clothes your size and some shoes. You guessed that Slender Man already put it there. There was also a bedside table with an outlet besides the table. A bathroom was at the left side of the room. It was simple, white tiles with gray stripes, a shower, a toilet, and a sink with a mirror and a medicine cabinet. So they have a medicine cabinet. Is it full? Do they have Pepto-Bismol? Do they have ibuprofen? Does Slenderman have to go to Rite Aid and buy aspirin? You decided to place some of the dark stickers on the walls. Where did you get them? Did you come into the woods with them? I guess you came with your stuff. Maybe glow-in-the-dark stickers were part of your possessions. I don't know. Maybe glow-in-the-dark stickers were your greatest possession. Who am I to freaking care? Look, you got many packets of the sticker. A few minutes later, you already placed the stickers, some on the wall and some on the ceiling, and turned off the lights in the room, which the light switch was located at the left side of the door. The stickers glowed brightly. It made you feel at home. You turned back on the lights and placed a few of your belongings in the closet. You were done with personalizing your room. There was a knock on the door. You opened it, and it was Slender Man. Trender, what brings you here? You asked. Please, call me Uncle. Uncle Trender. Uncle Trender is what they call me when, never mind. Please call me Uncle. Did your father explain it to you? He asked as you let that. That'd be so funny if he did it, and then he was like, did your father explain it to you? And then you were just like, my huh? And then Uncle Trender has to explain. Yeah, this. I read Sonic.exe the other day, so I have shouting in the background. Yeah, Uncle Trender. Thank you for the clothes, by the way, you said, shyly smiling. No problem. Anything for my niece, he said, ruffling your dark hair. I better get going. Need to finish some of my designs, he added and walked out of your room. I better take a bath, you said, and decided to do your usual night routine. After that, you dressed in your pajamas and went to sleep. I want to know what my usual night routine is as a slender person hybrid. Is my skin better or worse? Because it is pale, it is very sensitive to the UV light, I assume. So I assume that I am using sunscreen all the time. Um, I also assume that YN has a 10-step Korean skincare routine and has brought the entirety of it to the creepypasta mansion. And her, like, because this room is bunk bed, right? So like, who's staying here with her? Like, is in the bathroom, is her 10-step skincare routine like encroaching on Ben Drown's space in the bathtub? And Ben Drown's like, I'm freaking drowning here! Get your shit out of my space! The morning sunshine greeted you through the window. You woke up, stretched out your arms and legs, sat up from the bed. You decided to brush your hair. You went to your table with a big mirror along with your essentials. You jumped when you saw yourself. Your dark hair was a mess. I thought we just brushed it. We're going to brush it. Okay. After a few good hair brushing, you did your usual morning routine and changed into a black and white striped t-shirt, overalls, and shorts underneath, along with white Converse that you all found in the closet. You blow-dried your hair and heard a knock at the door. Liebert, are you awake? Slender said through the door. You replied with a yes. Go downstairs for breakfast. I'll be waiting for you downstairs, Slender said while you heard his footsteps sound getting faint. As you went downstairs, you accidentally bumped into Hoodie. Sorry, you both said in unison. Hi. You were greeted by Toby, along with your father that was with him. Slender motioned you to sit beside him. Hi, Toby, you said with a smile. The three of you all sat in silence as you waited for the others. Soon enough, they, except for the nocturnal ones, were all at the table. You all ate breakfast. After breakfast, you helped with the dishes. I wonder what we ate. Does Slenderman have a waffle maker? Does Slenderman serve toaster strudels? Or... I want to know what they had for breakfast. All the creepypastas nodded, including you. Oh, after Slenderman said, well, you can do your usual stuff. I'll finish some work in my office. Okay, so what kind of work is Slenderman doing in his office? Do you think he's like going? Do you think this is like a Monsters Inc. situation where he's like kind of like doing like work, but it's like scare work? So he's like, anyway. You played video games with Ben. Who found? Did some art with Bloody Painter and made a few puppets with the puppeteer. Did a few small pranks on the others with Kage Cow and hung out with the girls. Hey, Liebert, want to train with us? Mesky said behind you. You slightly jumped. Yeah, sure. Where? You asked. At our kind of like training camp, not far from here. Toby and Hoodie will be there too, he said. He gave you knives, a pistol, an AK-47 gun, a sniper, and a few shurikens. How am I carrying all of this? The two of you went to this training camp of theirs. You arrived and were greeted by Toby and Hoodie. They waved you and waved back. Hi, Liebert, Hoodie said. You said a small hi. I think Liebert has a crush on Hoodie. But I'm more of a Tiki Toe gal. You waved and you waved back. Hiya, Hoodie said. You said a small hi. You sharpened your knife and you went to a target. There were many targets. You aimed and threw the knife. It hit where the red dot was. Good job, Liebert, Toby said. You smiled in return. You continued, sometimes missing and sometimes succeeding. Time skip. It was now afternoon. You kept the weapons that Masky gave. Still? Okay, one time I played a D&D campaign where one of my characters had an entire shotgun, but like nowhere to store it, and I completely forgotten that the DM had given him a shotgun, and so the DM was like, okay, if you can figure out where he had stored it, you can keep the shotgun, and so this particular character was like a slut, so I was like, it's up his ass, duh, and, and, yeah, so he got to keep his really, really, really stinky shotgun. His name was Hatsune Mike. It was now afternoon. You kept the weapons that Masky gave. The four of you went home together. Liebert, did you enjoy your first training with the proxies? Slenderman asked from the kitchen. You smiled and nodded. Yes, father, it was quite fun too, you said once you entered the kitchen to get a glass of water. After drinking, you went upstairs to rest. You meet the proxies. They were in the hallway talking about something. Hey, dudes, you said as you chuckled. They jumped a little. Oh, hi, Liebert, Toby stuttered. What were you three talking about, you asked. Well, we just met like yesterday, but can we be best buds? The four of us? Hoodie said and stretched his neck. Masky nodded. Yeah, sure, you said, and the four of you fist pumped. That is so freaking cute. Like, I feel like every time I'm just having fun reading my pasta, I look up at the chat and like something has happened. How is everybody today, by the way? I'm bored. Yeah, chat's wild. I just want to read creepypasta and people are like talking to my mod. Can you guys hear my my candle crackling? Anyway. Another brand new day again, you muttered as you looked at the usual before with their lion-like head. The pajamas that you wore were all black. Okay. You stood up, did the usual, and changed into a blue-green t-shirt with some black-drip jeans and Vans shoes. You went downstairs and was greeted by Sally. Hi, Miss Liebert, she cheerfully said. Hi, Sal. Have you ate breakfast yet? You asked, and she nodded. You went to the kitchen to eat, and there was Slender and your Uncle Slender Man drinking their coffee and reading a book, while Slender read a fashion magazine. Good morning, father, uncle, you greeted. They looked up at you, and Slender nodded in response. Good morning, Liebert, Slender said. You are now getting used to the telepathic talking, so it isn't a problem for you anymore. Why is this kind of like wholesome? Like this kind of okay, I'm actually kind of like a little bit sad reading this now because this feels like like somebody doesn't have a very good family and they're just imagining their favorite characters as their family. Like I don't know. Like, as cringe as this is, I'm imagining like a little 11-year-old girl being like, I wish Slender Man was my dad because he'd be nice to me because I'm goth and an outcast. And it's actually really like sweet. Like, it's funny, but it's also super endearing. You sat down beside them and ate the food that was already prepared. You three were in a very awkward silence. The fork and spoon that hit the plate was the only sound heard. Dear, Chandler said, breaking the silence. Yes, you looked at your uncle. I was wondering if we could go to the shopping mall after you eat. Like, this is just so, your literally greatest fantasy is that your nice uncle is taking you to the shopping mall? Like, that is so, like, like, you know what I mean? After you ate, then you washed dishes. Wait, you started. You and Trender was at his room because your uncle was digging for his wallet with his credit cards. I know what you're thinking, Liebert. Yes, we have a human form, and I stole these cards from a rich couple. Oh, so there we go. There's what, that's, yeah. All you could mutter was, wow. A teensy time skip. This one's teensy. Oh god, I'm just showing you guys, like, it's teensy! You two were now at the doorstep of the mansion. Chunder was now in his human form. He was wearing his usual. He had his brown hair, but he still had glasses, and he had green eyes. Let's teleport, Chunder suggested. He motioned you to grab his hand, and you both teleported out of the forest. You two were now in front of Starbucks. I feel a little dizzy, he said, trying not to fall. You'll get used to it in a matter of time, he said. Can we have coffee for a bit, Uncle? Besides, we're in front of Starbucks. You suggested, and he agreed. You ordered an iced coffee while Chandra ordered brewed coffee. You two sat for a while, enjoying your drinks. You both finished it and went to the mall nearby. You both first went to Hot Topic. Whoa, this place is amazing, you squealed. Chandra chuckled at your actions. Let's go in, your uncle said and dragged you inside the store. This is so cute. Why did this just get randomly so cute? Like it was just like, oh, I want to go shopping with my nice uncle. Like what the hell? This is so cute. Now I want to go. Like I went out with my dad yesterday, but this is like. Chandra picked out clothes that were cute and simple on you, while you picked out the dark ones. He picked a cute flowery dress, a large pink sweater, white shorts, and denim jeans, while you picked a black hoodie, dark blue ripped jeans, and an ash brown colored t-shirt that says music on, world off, and a denim jacket. Your uncle paid for it and went to the store. This time, you two entered a shoe store. You bought shoes of different styles, like high heels, boots, Converse, Adidas, and Nikes. Then you both continued on to different stores to get some ice cream, as Chandra promised. This is a lot of shopping bags, you said as you held 5 shopping bags while Chandra had the same amount too. Let's teleport back home when we're near the forest, Chandra said. Months later, you were both now near the forest. Why did they have to, like... Well, maybe it's just about the journey. You know, I was gonna say, why do they have to, like, start walking to the mall, or start walking to the forest out of the mall if they can just teleport? But I guess maybe it's about, like, you know, they want to be like a normal niece and uncle and just go to the mall and drive to the mall and then go home. Liebert, Trender, how was your day? Slender asked once you two entered the mansion. We both nodded. This day was awesome, you looked at your uncle who was smiling at you. You, Slender, and Trender spent the rest of the day eating and watching horror movies. This... Why did it get so wholesome? Oh my god. A day with the Offender Man. Liebert, a familiar voice suddenly wakes you up from your sleep. What? You asked. You rub your eyes and it was your Uncle Offender Man. Can we hang out? I'm bored, he whines. This was the first time you saw him like this. Where exactly are we going? You asked. You'll see. Just get changed, he said with a smirk and laughed. You shuddered and decided to change. After changing into a plain white t-shirt and with a checkered skirt and dark blue Vans and you and Slender Man bought at yesterday's shopping, you went downstairs and saw Offender in the living room watching a rated SPG, a super parental Mayho. He's not even watching like a rated R movie, even though you guys were watching horror movies all night last night. Video or movie in his laptop. You cringed. You ate breakfast and went to your uncle. You snuck behind the couch and poked his shoulder. He jumped in surprise and closed his laptop, sweating furiously. What the actual fuck, Liebert? You scared the living shit out of me, but it's all censored. Uncle Offender Man, it is 6 a.m. He turned around and saw you. He rolled on the floor and laughed you rolled on the floor and laughed your ass off. Oh my fuck, you should have looked at your face, you exclaimed, laughing. He was now red from embarrassment. While you were laughing, Offender Man teleported to his room and returned to his laptop. He now saw you sitting on the couch, wiping tears off of joy away. Go or not? He asked. You turned to look at him and stood up. Let's go, and you teleported away with your Uncle Offender. Teleport away with my Uncle Offender! Why are we in front of an alleyway? You asked. The two of you arrived to a dark alleyway in a quiet part of the city. Oh, sorry, wrong place, he awkwardly said. Really? Time skip. Okay, here we are, he explained. You two now stood in front of an ice cream shop. Welcome to Mary's Ice Cream Haven. What can I do for you, young lady, sir? The ice cream man or woman said when you two entered the shop. Her gold name tag glistened and showed her name. Shane. Hi, Shane. We would like to buy ice cream. What flavors do you have? You said. This one is Rocky Road, cookies and cream, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, brownie fudge, chocolate chip, peppermint, pistachio, ube, mixed berry, and much more. Ube! Ooh! That's like a... Hell yeah! That's a damn menu of ice cream flavors. Well, it's sort of kind of the menu, you mumbled. Uncle, what do you... You're about to ask Offender what favor he ordered when he suddenly had this smirk plastered on his face. He moved a few inches away from him and sweat dropped. Don't mind my uncle, you gave a reassuring smile at the girl. Offender chuckled. Shane awkwardly smiled back. I would like the... And then it's my favorite flavor of ice cream, which is lavender, which is weird, I know, but there's a place. Yeah. 2 scoops. I would like the Rocky Road flavor. 2 scoops also, offender said. That would be $10.50, please, the girl said, and offender paid. Let's just say when you two got home, you then had a pillow fight in the living room, which caused Thunder to scold you both and let you clean the room. Even the Offender Man chapter was wholesome. He didn't even. All he did was take his damn niece out to ice cream. Offender suddenly appears with weird-looking balloons and something inside it. Want to hold them? Liebert, insert smirk here. You looks at it with a terrified face. Slender suddenly appears and pokes one of the balloons, causing the thing to splatter on the floor. What kind of balloons are these? They're those, like, these condom thingies Offender uses. Runs away in fear and disgust. Okay, well, that one was a little bit less. That was an entire chapter, by the way. Art class with Jeff the Killer. Liebert, yes? You poked your head out of your bedroom to see Jeff standing there. You see, I am so bored. And then I want to do something. And what is that something you want to do? Lego prank Slendy. Lego prank Slendy, he rapidly said with a cringy, innocent-looking smile. Sorry about that. Anyway, you told him that it was more dangerous for you than sneaking in a wolf cave or something like that. He ranted on and on about how badly he wants to tell Slenderman about your fangirling issues, secret notes or notebooks or random stuff that you collect. Not wanting your father to know about these things that you do, you soon gave in. Fine. But one condition. What is it? Jeff asked. If we do that prank on my father with him noticing us, I am out of the punishment since I just agreed on joining you and the others because I don't want Dad to know about the hobbies that I do. Get it? You asked Jeff with an aura that could scare the shit out of people. He nodded in response. Sunday was sleeping on the couch as usual when he gets tired. Slenderman sleeping on the couch. You and Jeff were towering above him with markers in hand. Don't worry, it'll wash off. Probably. Careful not to wake your father. The two of you started to draw on his face. You drew sunglasses and a mustache, while Jeff drew more things. Once you two were done, you couldn't help but chuckle at the sight before you, but both of you ran away before anything else happened. Ugh, I just had this dream where someone drew on my face. Slender woke up to a groan with an awkward feeling in his chest. He stood up and went to the bathroom to wash his face. The sound of running water could be heard from upstairs. Slenderman was now washing his face one. What the actual fuck? Uh-oh, you both said. Then you heard loud footsteps coming towards your room. Jeff! Liebert! I'm gonna take a little break. I'm just gonna look at the chat here. Do you think the couch is long enough for his tendrils to stay along it? I mean, I think so, because I think that he steals credit cards from rich people and he can buy as big of a couch as he wants. He could also probably customize his couch. I mean, he's Slender freaking Man. Truth or Dare? Splendor. Okay, so what shall I play, my little niece? Liebert, what about Truth or Dare? Splendor, that sounds great. 3 bros. Oh man, we hate that game. Author's note. I'm just going to put you now back in the story. You and Splendor. Chuckle. Splendor. Dear, can we play another game? The game starts now! All 3 except Splendor. Facepalm. Splendor. Yippee! You. Dad, you go first. Truth or Dare. Evilish grin. I'll just pick truth. Sweats and blushes madly. All 4 of you. Who's your crush? Tell us, tell us, tell us. Trender, since you've been busy all the time. Splendor and Defender. Hell yeah! Splendor, okay, fine. It's Liebert's mom, her real mom. All 4 of you. Okay. Hey, yeah, guys, sorry if it sucks again, because me and my classmates just finished 2 days of our quarter exams. Oh, this one's got the girl from, is that Little Busters or Charlotte? Are you talking about me you can't read? Because this is written really badly. This is not my fault. And this is written in like a long time ago, so I don't even think this person is Gen Z. 16th birthday. If you aren't 16, you can change the age. Oh, thank you for the compliment on my sweater. The day starts again, doing your usual, but usual spelled wrong, morning routine. But this day was going to be special because it was your sweet 16th birthday today. You noticed something strange among the creepypastas and your dad while eating breakfast. They were so silent you could hear a pin drop. Guys, why are you all so silent? You asked them, but they just kept silent. It's supposed to be my birthday today, and no one remembered, even Dad. You sadly thought as you finished your breakfast and head upstairs to your bedroom. Late time skip after breakfast. Pastas. It's Liebert's sweet 16th birthday today. Let's make it special for her. Since she's in her room, this is the perfect time for us to plan. I'll go to her room. Since I read her mind, she thought that none of us had remembered her birthday today. Slender Man said all of the pastas nodded. Knock, knock. Liebert, it's me, Dad. Can I come in, sweetie? Slendy said, and you said it's okay to let him in. You stood up to see your dad holding a gift that had your name on. Happy birthday, sweetheart, Slendy said, hugging you. Thanks, Dad. What are you holding, you asked. Oh, it's your gift from Uncle Trender. I hope you like it, and your uncles are coming over to greet you a happy birthday, too, Slendy said with... God damn, this is written so badly. Slendy said, and you opened the gift to find a pretty pink, it said favorite color, dress like short dress with ribbons and flowers to decorate it. I look weird in long dresses because I'm really short, so it makes me look strange. Wow, Dad, it looks so pretty, you said, surprised. Okay, sweetheart, you'll use that dress tonight because we'll hang out. I'll go downstairs and do some work, okay? Just call me when your uncle arrives. Okay, Dad, you said as you hugged your dad before he went downstairs. Yawn, I'll just take a nap for a minute or two, you said to yourself as you dozed off to dreamland. Happening downstairs. Okay, pastas. Let's decorate the room in the mansion. The boys will be in charge and the girls will be in charge of the food. Okay. Liebert's favorite food is strawberries. You'll also have to make some desserts. And for me and the proxies will handle Liebert. My brothers are already here, Sunday said, and all of the creepypastas went to the assigned areas. At the kitchen. Girls, let's work together. Me and Nina will do the dinner while Jane and Sally will do the sweets. Clockwork said they had all started cooking. At the ballroom. Bloody Painter, have you sketched the design? LJ asked. Almost done, Bloody Painter said. It's just simple, like any other regular party decorated with ribbons, balloons, and Liebert's favorite flowers. Cool, all of the boys said in unison and started working. Upstairs. Boys, just keep quiet because Liebert's sleeping. You wait here in her room while I come in. Understood? Yes, sir, the three proxies said while your dad went in your room. Now here's all the POVs. Your POV. As I was sleeping, I heard my door creak open. Dad, I said. Yes, sweetheart. He said, can I go downstairs? I'm hungry. No, sweetie, just stay here. Go get your brand new dress and change. I'll wait here. And, oh, by the way, your uncles are here, he said as three men walked in your room. Happy 16th birthday, Liebert. Uncle Trender, Splendor, and Offender greeted me. Thanks, uncles. You are the best, I said as we all did a group hug. Do you like my present for you, Uncle Trender? I said. I nodded in reply. Now go get dressed. I'll do your hair. Okay, I said as I went to my dressing room to change. Slender Man's POV. As my dear daughter changed, me, Splendor, and Offender went downstairs to check on how the decoration and food were going. The food was made by the girls, and the boys decorated the ballroom perfectly just for Liebert. It's time for Liebert, I thought as Trender and Liebert were almost done. After we waited for a couple of minutes, Trender came down with Liebert. I almost dropped my jaw at the beauty of what I saw. She looks just like her mother, but she had already passed away. I look just like my mother if my mother had already passed away. Trender styled her hair in a fave hairstyle, pigtails with favorite accessory for hair, I don't know, some sort of kawaii thing. I could see that she did not wear any makeup because of the simplicity of her face. Time skip, when you and Trender went downstairs to the party. Happy birthday, all the pastas shouted. Thank you, everyone, you said as you all did a big group hug. Let's start the party, Ben shouted, and he turned on some music for fun. Whoa! And then it links Sean Kingston and Justin Bieber. And the whole Lyrics are there! Do you understand this? The entire lyrics of Eenie Meenie by Justin Bieber and Sean Kingston. Should I read them? Eeny, mighty mo, catch a bad chick by her toe. If she holla, let her go. She's indecisive, she can't decide. She keeps on looking from left to right. Girl, come get closer. Look in my eyes. Searching is so wrong, I'm Mr. Right. You seem like the type to love him and leave him and disappear right after the song. So give me the night, show you, hold you. Don't leave me out here dancing alone. You can't make up your mind. Please don't waste my time. Time. I'm not trying to. Mine. I wish our hearts could come together as one. Cause Shorty is an eeny, meeny, miny, mo lover. Shorty is an eeny, meeny, miny, mo lover. Shorty is an eeny, meeny, miny, mo lover. Let me show you what you missed in paradise. With me, you're winning, girl. You don't have to roll the dice. Tell me what you're really for. Them other guys, I can see right through you. You seem like the type to love him and leave him and disappear right after the song. So give me the night to show you, hold you. Don't leave me out here dancing alone. You can't make up your mind. So don't waste my time. I'm not trying to rewind, wind. I wish our hearts could come together as one. Cause Shorty is an eeny, meeny, miny, mo lover. Shorty is an eeny, meeny, miny, mo lover. Shorty, eeny, meeny, miny, mo lover. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a bad chick by the toe. If she holla, let her go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a bad chick by her toe. If she holla, let her go. Shorty is an eeny, meeny, miny, mo lover. Late time skip after the party again. It says late time skip. Dad, thank you for the party. You are welcome, child, Slenderman said as you said your goodbyes to your uncles who lived in a Slenderman's mansion. You went upstairs to your room as Slenderman tucked and kisses your forehead and dozed off to dreamland. I cannot believe that happened. Good on them for letting her go if she hollers. I know, right? Consent. After your 16th birthday yesterday, you decided to do your first kill with the creepypastas. As usual, you did your morning routine and ate breakfast and decided to go to your dad's office. You wanted to ask him about when would you do your first kill because you were so excited. Time skip. Knock, knock. Dad, can I come in? I need to tell you something important. Come in, dear, your dad said. Dad, when can I have my first kill? Oh, is that what you want to talk about? Yeah. You can go with the girls and bring a weapon. Thanks, Dad, you said as you hugged him tightly. Lay time skip. Slendy's POV. I called Jane to my office to assign her and the girls to a mission with Liebert. I also told her to let Liebert watch only because this was her first time in killing. And so Jane agreed with me and she told Liebert. I hope Liebert will do great, I thought as Jane walked out of the room. Your POV. As soon as Jane knew that I could only watch them kill, she too added that if human will try to hurt me, I'll bring my weapon with me too, kill them. Huh? Lay time skip. Later that night, I got ready for my first kill. I put on a black hoodie with blue jeans to match with, and also I don't forget about my weapon, so I just simply brought a kitchen knife that was my favorite for slicing food. Now this knife will be my favorite for killing, I thought as Jane and the other girls called me outside. I went downstairs and pulled the hood of my hoodie on the top of my head, and all of us got ready for the hunt and my first kill. We soon arrived at a small town that I remembered was my past home. As we continued to walk like normal teens would do, we walked past my house. All the painful memories of the past had rushed in my brain like a tidal wave. As so expected, Jane decided that we should go to my house, and she also asked if it was okay, and I nodded in reply, even though that house was where I came from. Jane and the other girls sneaked in the house where I was standing outside for lookout. So Jane went into the parents' room and stabbed them in the chest before they could wake up and call the police. I thought that her fucking adopted parents were already dead. I thought earlier they were like, why did you have to kill my adopted parents? What do you mean they're killing them again? Did they bring them back? Jane and the other girls sneaked into my house. Okay. Jane had pocket watches to replace one eye of the mother and father. I shrugged at the sight that I was seeing, so after I washed, I decided to go in and kill my brother. As I snuck into his room, I saw him asleep. This was the perfect time to kill him. What could be a first kill without you killing someone? Jesus. As he was in a deep slumber, I said a lullaby before I stabbed him roughly in his chest. What have I done? Have I gone crazy? I thought as I saw the dead body of him lying cold in his bed. After our kill, we immediately got out before I was caught. I was so proud of myself that when I arrived at the mansion, I told my dad about my first kill, even though I felt really guilty for killing them, because they'd been taking care of me since I was a baby. Besides their cruelty, I still love them as my family. Cruelty? Damn, this is long as shit. You just couldn't move on from your first kill, so you decided to plan a party for everyone in the mansion to remove your stressful memories. And you decided to tell your dad. After years of living with your dad, you slowly learned telepathy, so you didn't talk to your dad using your mouth, but instead through the mind. Time skip. You then told your dad about everything you planned on having a party and all of the creepypastas started decorating the mansion. Reader's POV. As soon as I told my dad about my plan, he ordered all of the creepypastas to decorate the mansion. He also told that I was in charge of the music, so I picked out cheesy tunes, upbeats, and then my favorites. I then called my uncles over to help decorate. I assigned my uncles of the following: Splendor, Games and Fun, Defender, help the other creepypastas. I had nothing in mind for him. Trender, help me up setting the tunes. So that's when I assigned them, and of course I had to tell Uncle Offender to not touch one of the girls in the kitchen, and surprisingly he nodded. I had to make Offender nice. So here's what happened. Uncle Trender and me, we had now been almost done setting up the tunes and the, what do you call it again? DJ station. I don't give no shit. And finally, after hours, we were all done. It was just too easy. Uncle Offender. So, can you guess what? Jesus! So, can you guess what happened? Well, another one again. He just tried to R-word Nina, and luckily I arrived before he did anything bad happened. Good lord. I was filled with madness when I saw that Nina was stuck on the wall, him trying to, and the kitchen got crazily messy. So I pushed him away from Nina and gave him an angered look. I only say R word because it's YouTube and I'm scared that they're gonna be they're gonna destroy me. That's not really what I'm not, I'll say it, but I don't know the rules. What are the rules? So I pushed him away from Nina and gave him an angered look on my face. What did I just tell you, Uncle? I said, my voice getting a little high. He then said, yeah, don't touch one of the girls and only help the creepypastas with the work. Good. Finally, I was out of that kid's grip. She's totally like Slender, her dad, he whispered to himself and helped us clean up the mess. Phew, this was harder than me and Uncle Trender's work. Finally, Uncle Splendor. As I went to his area where he planned the fun and games, he had a little assistant, and that was Sally, as expected. So everything was ready for the party. The food, the decorations, and the fun and stuff all ready. They time skip after the party. The party was so fun. Fun, all fun. Thanks to her grandma, she can publish the remaining parts of the story. Oh my god. Offenderman derangement syndrome. Offenderman offends people in the same way that wild animals kill people. Can't talk them down from instinct. A fucking Offenderman, bro. How is everyone today? I have to, yeah, this is a really nice candle. It's like an immersion candle for gaming. So it's called, the scent is Princess Castle, and it kind of just smells it smells like candy. It's really good. I like it a lot. It's really quality. The scent really fills up the whole room. Princess Cancer. That's not what. Hush. I was gonna say Princess Cancelled. So, okay, so this is really unexpected, guys, but still, I hope you enjoyed the chapter. Your POV, years have passed since I lived here with the creepy. I was now used to the craziness, the loudness, and much more here. There, here are my dad's proxies, Masky, Toby, and Hoodie. We all have been best friends since my first day here. We hung out and do all kinds of random stuff. Then this happened. I started to develop feelings for Toby. I thought it was gonna be Masky. Oh my god, it's Toby. I have feelings for Toby. In real life. I think he's adorable. Anyway. He has been my crush starting on the first day we met. Sweet, lovable, cute, all the things that you could describe to your one and only crush. I can't stop daydreaming about him. Nobody's POV. You woke up a brand new morning with the sun's beaming light through the window and your frizzy, fuzzy hair. While sitting up and rubbing your eyes, you heard a knock at your door. You let the person in and you were surprised to see your crush, Toby. Hey, Liebert. Tick. I don't have rats. But I don't think this is how where he's just going, tick. Let's go tick to down, tick, and eat, shall we? Tick, Toby said, holding out a hand for you. You blushed madly at his actions. Does he know that I have a crush on him? Why is he acting more like a gentleman? Oh my Zalgo! That was for you. You know who you are. You thought as you took his hand and said, sure, you two were headed out the door. Oh, sorry, forgot to tell you that you were still in your PJs. And went directly to the kitchen where Sunday was cooking breakfast. Smells good, Dad. Yeah, sir. Oh, I see you two are awake. Here, bacon and eggs, and also don't forget your toast and orange juice, Sunday said, handing out 2 plates with bacon strips, toast, and orange juice. Once he handed out the plates, you and Toby started digging in. The small time skip brought to you by the one and only fashionista Slender Man. Lol. You two finished eating breakfast and washed your dishes when suddenly you heard a static wave. Is that what you call it? From your father. I need to talk to you, dear. Okay, Dad, be there in a sec, you replied. Hey, Toby, I'll be back in a minute. Dad called me. You said to Toby, and he nodded in response, and you were off. Toby's POV. Hey, Toby, I'll be back in a minute, Dad called me, she said in her usual sweet, cheery tone that made me fall for her even more. Since me, Masky, and Hoodie became best friends with her, I now had a crush on her. Every night when I go to sleep, I always dream about her. Small time skip. Daydream. Me and Liebert were taking a stroll in the beautiful, peaceful forest, us walking hand in hand. She dressed formally. She dressed in a cute, short, pink dress with flowers as a decoration for the dress, and her hair was tied into a ponytail. She was so elegant looking and beautiful. Then we stopped into a clearing where there was a picnic table and flowers of different kinds. We sat there, her head resting on my shoulder. I love you, Toby. I love you too. End of dream. Beep, 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 beep! Hey, Tobster. Hello? A familiar voice said. It was Ben! He was waving a hand in front of me to see if I was okay. Huh? What? Haha, daydreaming again, right? Ben said in an oh, he's daydreaming again voice. Getting out of my thoughts, I slap his hand away from my face and I hide it in my sweater so they don't know I'm blushing 1,000 shades of red. Knock it off. Take off, Ben. Oh, Toby, just say it. You have a crush on Slendy's daughter, don't you? Huh? How do you know about it? Well, let's see. Sneaking into your room at night, I found a secret stash of love letters for her. Aye! Ben said, grinning and grinning. Grr, Ben. I'll get you for this. I say, oh, it's supposed to be like, except it's spelled aye! I say as Ben began to run, and I followed him. Your POV. While me and Dad were talking, I heard loud steps outside the office. Liebert, dear, would you mind checking what that ruckus is? Dad asked politely. Sure thing, Dad, I said. I opened the door to see Ben running away from Toby, and suddenly, thud! I closed my eyes and fell on the floor with another figure. I opened my eyes to see Toby's head between my chest, and he had a massive nosebleed. I screamed, making the mansion shock, and then shoved Toby off me and leaving him having his nosebleed, and I ran to my room, blushing as red as blood. Muffled screams. Oh my Zoggo! Toby Rogers! My crush just fucking fell on top of me! His name is Toby Rogers? I thought as I made more muffled screams inside my room. Toby's POV. Shit, tick. I try as I stop. I say as I try stopping my nose from bleeding. Ben, beside me, was just laughing like an asshole. And suddenly, Slender came out of his office looking worried. Toby, what just happened? I heard Liebert screaming in her room, Slender said with worry. I stood there in front of him, blushing madly until Ben spoke up. He just landed on he landed on Liebert's chest. You did what? Sir, I didn't mean to land tick on her. Toby came to my office with Liebert later, okay? Yeah, yes, tick, sir, I say as I sat down on the floor, covering my blushing. Toby, just come and explain it in my office with Liebert later, okay? Yes, tick, sir. Sunday's POV. Toby was my favorite proxy, and I couldn't stand to solve this situation. You hear that? And I couldn't solve the situation with him and Liebert. Since my daughter arrived in the mansion and became best friends with my proxies, they can't seem to be broken apart from each other. And also, I know that Toby had a crush on Liebert. Toby, Liebert, come into my shouted from my office. I heard no from my daughter, but from Toby, I definitely heard him. Soon Toby came in. What do you want to talk about, sir? Toby, just say it. Huh? Tick, what, sir? I know that you have the ability to read minds. Yes, sir, I've had crush on your daughter. He said, down at the floor. I know he was scared to tell me, but I just had to accept it. So I calmed myself down and talked to him. Soon, Liebert came in with a surprised look. I knew I had to tell her. Lay time. Toby, I'll just tell her. She is now here and you can't hide your feelings from her. But, Tick, Toby, just trust me, I said, walking towards Liebert. I noticed her face was red, putting California's tomatoes to shame. Toby, tell her your feelings for her. Toby's POV. Liebert, I had feelings for you ever since you stepped foot in this mansion, I said, looking down and waiting for the rejection that was coming. Then suddenly, she cut my cheeks and said, It's okay, Toby. I have the same feelings, too. Huh? Yeah, ever since we became friends. Your POV. I was shocked, but at the same time surprised. We had a crush on each other. Then Sunday spoke up. Well, dear, you can be a young lady now. Make your own decisions and be free. I ran to my dad and hugged him. Thank you so much, Dad, I said. Toby and I walked out the door. Before we could disappear, I said goodbye to Dad. Sunday's POV. I'm glad Liebert could be free. I'm not the type of father that makes the decision. I'm not the type of father that makes the decisions for his daughter. I'm just happy for my dear daughter. I then stepped outside my office and went to the living room, only to see my daughter with the man she loves. If Toby cheats on her, may he never see the light of day again. How many freaking... Okay, this is the last chapter. Crush Part 3. There's a Christmas special, but I'm not reading it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I've been here for an hour. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Your POV. Today, me and Toby were out on a date with my favorite place in the woods. We laid in the soft green grass while I was watching the beautiful sky. Suddenly, he stood up and picked a lavender flower from a nearby flower bush. I brushed all we did was enjoy the view of nature. Time skipped to sunset. We talked about random stuff until the sun was now setting. Hey, Toby, look, I said, pointing to the beautiful view, while Leslie looked at my curving body. His gaze was still on mine, and I stood up and said, What the fuck are you doing, Toby Rogers? I said, stomping my foot on the ground. His thoughts were cut off by me. So sorry, Tick, Liebert, he said, face blushing 1,000 shades of red. I also blushed. No wonder why he had a crush on me, lol. Well, let's just go home, Liebert. That sounds much better, I said. We walked in the mansion hand in hand as soon we arrived, and everyone in the room turned to look at us. They said, Aw, so cute. They're now a couple. And hello, lovebirds. We're not a couple yet. We're still just continuing our friendship, I said to everyone. Suddenly, Toby leaned to whisper into my ear. How about... He whispered seductively that sent shivers down my spine. Besides his tickiness and being dorky, peace sign emoji, he had a seductive side too. Gladly accepted, I replied a whisper too, trying to be seductive as possible. Let's go upstairs and tell your dad, Tick, and then he ran to wait. This is the... He knew! he said, and we ran upstairs to Slendy's office. Slendy's POV. I was working in my office when suddenly I heard a loud thumping footsteps coming towards my office. Soon there came a panting and Toby and Lieber trying to breathe for air. Pant, Dad, we are now officially a couple, Liebert said through her panting. Then Toby nodded. I was surprised. Toby and my daughter now, officially a couple? How could they do that? They didn't went on a single date. Dear, before I could approve the start of your relationship, have you ever been on a single date? I said. They both looked at each other, then me. Actually, took yes, sir, earlier in her favorite spot in the woods. Toby said. Oh, so that's why you two are gone. So, Dad, do you... Yes, dear, I said, cutting off the sentence. Liebert. I was pulled into a tight hug by my daughter. Thank you so much, Dad, she said. I couldn't stop it but to lift her up to my height and hugged her back. All I wanted to do was make my daughter happy. Okay, go ahead and do whatever you want, I said. Then Liebert left, but Toby was still in my office. Before he could go ahead, he thanked me for letting him be with my daughter, but I warned him not to cheat on her because he will never see her again, even if he's my proxy. So that was horrible. That was bad. Anybody want to talk about anything? Anything happened in anybody's day? I have to message my estranged family because my grandma's dying. So that's fun. Slender poop. Yeah, is his poops more slender? Is there a bathroom in the mansion? Goodbye, everybody.